Hey, all. Thanks for checking out Casual Nonsense. As always, I'm your host, Mark. Please give the show a follow and potentially a 5-star rating. And if you really like the show, tell a friend and then maybe have them do the same thing. That type of support really goes a long way with what we're trying to accomplish here. Also, if yourself or maybe someone that you know you think would be a solid guest for the show, then let me know. Let's get you on or them on, or let's see if we can make some magic happen and everyone can have a good time. So today, I'm excited to have a friend of mine here, is Tree. He's been a pretty solid influence in my life over the past few years. He's definitely taught me a thing or two along the way, so I'm happy that he was able to make it on the show. Also joining us today is Tim. Tim, you know from some previous episodes. Tree also holds a special place in his heart too. So he wanted to come on the show and be part of the magic if we can. Anyways, we had a good time. We enjoyed a few drinks. We had a few laughs, and I think that you will too. All right, Tree, welcome to Casual Nonsense, my friend.
Thanks for having me,
man. I know we've been talking about this for a little bit. So let me just give you a quick little intro of who you are. So you and I worked together for a little bit. You were the boss man. Well, you know what? Let me circle back to that in a little bit first, right? Having you on the show, first time here. Thank you. Joining us also today is a longtime fan favorite, Mr. Tim. What's up, Tim?
What's up? One love in the building.
One love.
Tree Familia. Good to see you.
Hello, my friend. Always good to see you, Tim.
Always. Tim,
I appreciate you being here to help make this transition easy for all of us. You always seem to lighten the mood in all situations. So
I'm just glad you keep inviting me back.
Well, hey, you know what?
You're entertaining, bro.
You're part of the team.
I'm family.
You're wearing the Casual Nonsense swag today.
Oh,
so
yeah. If you don't have Casual Nonsense swag already, you're missing out. You're not wearing the trendiest clothes. Go get your Casual Nonsense swag. You can go find it on @NonsenseCasual on Instagram. If you don't see the link, just keep refresh, and you'll find it eventually.
Keep hitting it. We'll put it there.
Bro, I had to buy one, bro.
As a guest, I'll probably just give you one today.
Oh, thanks.
I got some shirts. I got some shirts on hand for you.
Boom.
So this is not only is the first time Tree on the show, this is the first time on Casual Nonsense where, and maybe we won't say this out loud, but we're actually doing some live drinking on the show.
Boom.
Which is really the theme of the show. It's like, these conversations should be had with anyone who's just kind of hanging around, say you're in the backyard. So you guys are rocking some bourbon over there. I'm drinking my go-to, my Bud Light Limes.
Hey, make sure you plug this on the Spotify and the link afterwards. Send the link to Woodinville.
Is that the brand?
Yeah, Woodinville.
Okay, go ahead.
Woodinville.
Give me a
Woodinville. It's a pot distilled bourbon. It's real smooth and sweet. Here in North Carolina, you can get it at any ABC.
I love it. Cool. Anyways, Tree.
Yes, sir.
Man, not first off because we're like third way in here, but I want to give a shout out to Mr. Pete. Try to get Pete on the show today. I don't know where Pete is, but he couldn't make it today.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Next
Somewhere
time, Pete.
Sleeping.
The legend of Pete begins.
Sleeping Beauty. Not so beautiful, though, but he is Sleeping Beauty. That's his nickname I gave him.
Sleeping
You gave
Beauty.
him that nickname like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I did, probably.
It kind of still holds true. There you go.
I got a nickname for every single one of you guys.
Nice. So, Tree, you're originally from California?
Yeah, I am from California, born and raised.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
What part?
San Jose, California, Bay Area, south of San Francisco. Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah, south.
Look at the map.
About an hour south.
45 minutes, something like that. Yeah, I'm from the Bay. Born and raised. My parents are from Vietnam. Came over here roughly in 1976. They had a really good night, and they had me. Got pregnant. So here I am today.
Were they drinking the Woodland bourbon?
I don't know what they were drinking, man.
Sexy timing.
I think they had me pretty young, so I don't know if they were drinking yet.
I don't know what the drinking age is in
They
Vietnam.
weren't drinking, but they were.
They're having fun. That's how they got me.
Sweet. Okay.
But yeah, I moved here roughly 5 years ago.
So yeah, you moved here. So we all worked together.
Yeah.
In the IT world. So you came in, and you became our leader, if you will, our team lead.
Terrible
and
leader.
It was I think I'll be speaking for Tim when I say it was kind of a rough transition at first. It was you were kind of a bulldog. You came in and you had to let us all know what was going on, but over time I think that you broke us down pretty good. So
Well, in fairness, I don't know if it was all on him being a bulldog. I think there were just.
Are you saying you've given him a hard time once or twice?
I'm saying that expectations weren't clearly defined when he came, and so he came expecting one thing, and we were expecting another thing, and I think it took us a while to realize that we just didn't know what the hell was going on, and we had to figure it out together. So,
Yeah, I mean, I think I was nervous. I mean, I uprooted my family. We moved here, and there was a set of expectations that came from leadership of what I needed to do. And you guys are right. You know, I came in a little bit aggressive, and kind of like pushed you guys around. But then you guys pushed back, and you know, we kind of that's how we gained our respect for each other, right? And 100%. I think like our relationship has blossomed. I mean, the first 6 months was definitely rough. You know, having those conversations in the room, just trying to figure out what I can do to help you guys at the same time. I mean, like I might seem like a complete jerk at the time, but in the end, the goal was, I think we all had the same goal, and just trying to figure out what the expectations were for each other was the most important step for us. And then, you know, if you guys didn't push back, then probably wouldn't have got to where we're at today.
Yep.
You know, the timing of that whole thing was really interesting too. You and the other person that was on our team were brand new to the company at the time. I had been there for a little while, and I knew each of you, but we didn't have a good working synergy together. So we were still picking up that momentum and figuring it out when, boom, let's drop the tree dump truck into the equation and try to let's see if that'll make it better.
That's an interesting way to say that. The tree dump truck.
Damn, I feel so undervalued right there.
But yeah, that's it's not a bad example though, because that's what it was. More for you because you were there longer. You know, we all just the other ones just got there. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I interviewed all of you guys, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
I remember when you interviewed me. My interview, I had you and I had our manager at the time. And so when I interviewed with him, he was a super serious person. He was super like, I was clearly qualified for the job. And he was like drilling me. And when I got with you, you were just like, dude, what's up, man? Like you were typical California. Yeah, dude. Like,
nah, that's just horrible. First of all, I don't surf. All right, I love this perception of Cali people as all surfers. What up, dude? That's not true, bro. That's not me. Okay, just to make that very clear.
You wouldn't say dude. You'd call everybody bro.
Yeah,
bro.
You say bro.
I'm a bro.
Well,
guy.
you were. My point though is you were very. You were trying to make sure I was a good cultural fit, and so I knew right away. Like when you got in the interview room with me, I could like just lay back.
Yeah.
But when I told you about these guys, and I was like, they are solid. I think you kind of just believed me, and you were just really kind to them in the beginning. But you could speak for that.
So what you're saying is he respected your opinion at first.
Oh yeah,
it started out okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, I was riding high at that time.
Nice.
No, I think the thing with me is I think as long as you have the personality and the energy, I mean, you'll be fine because anything that's related to work, I think anyone can train, right? So if you have a positive attitude, which Tim definitely did, and you had the drive to be, you know, better than your yesterday, then everything else you can train. And I loved him. He's super charming. And that's the thing with service desk is you got to be a people person.
Yeah.
You got I wouldn't say people pleaser. Well, you are a people pleaser at the same time, but then, you know, people want to like you because they come to you with problems, right? And you're there to smile and say it's going to be okay. And that's what I got from Tim. So I loved Tim from the moment I spoke to him. So until I moved to North Carolina. No, but I loved Tim. I respect him. I know this is about me, I guess, but I love Tim's story. Everything about Tim. It's just, I tell him this. It's like a hero's journey. You know, like regardless of all the challenges he's gone through, he's always greeted me with a smile. Regardless of how hard life is, he always has a smile on his face. And I love that about him.
I don't want to take away from how you feel when he smiles at you, but he's like that with everybody. so to Tim's credit,
his smile's a little bit more unique. It's a little special for Tree. No, I appreciate you saying that. That means a lot to me. And Mark has echoed similar things as well in the past. And for me, I'd say you played a huge role in kind of who I am. I've gone through different adversities at different points in my life.
Yeah.
And learning how to mesh with you was a big adversity. It was a turning point in my career, to be honest. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't go through that year and a half working with you. And, I've told you this before in private, but even still now, things that I'm encountering now with other people and how I interact and even how I assess myself, I think back to like, man, what did Tree tell me to do? Like what we used to argue, but like Tree had the right idea. Like I maybe was a knucklehead and it didn't permeate right away, but like I'm getting it now. It's making a big.
Did you have the WWTD bracelet?
What would Tree do?
What would Tree do?
Yeah, basically.
We'll have those made soon enough.
Yeah, I think my goal was just to make sure you guys were successful. I mean, like I didn't have the right message at the time, But then, I mean, I wanted you guys to be successful because I understood that if you're successful, then that means I'm successful, right? So, and I actually like really cared about you guys. You know, there's times we had challenges and everything, but I cared about you guys, personally to this day, right? So, it was a great experience for me. It was tough at first, but I think we grew through it, and we are a lot better than we were. What, 5 years ago?
All of us. We're thriving. We're thriving right now. You're doing great in your area, man. I'm really proud of you. I ask about you all the time because, you know, I speak to people on your team and everyone says you're doing great. You know, seeing what Mark is doing. Mark is kind of taking your old role and he's gone above and beyond that now. Yeah. So
I'm super proud of Mark.
But we're part of the tree, if you will, right? So like you came in, you taught us some things. We've all grown in our own ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like what's that?
That was good.
Oh, you like that? I mean, think of it like a football coach, right? Yeah. You take someone like a Bill Parcells, for example, and he coached like Belichick, and then Belichick has his tree and stuff, mm-hmm. and you know, you're teaching a system and a method. So you know, now that we're getting all mushy and we all appreciate each other, and that's great. So awesome, right?
Nah, man, you guys are dope, man. I'm happy, and you guys say I have an impact in your life. You guys had an impact in my life too, because like, you know, I thought I'd just come in just to start telling people what to do. Because that's just with my culture. Like when your dad, I'm not saying I'm your dad or anything, but
who's your daddy?
Who's your daddy, baby? Excuse all the Asian accents. I do this randomly here and there. If I offend anybody, I'm so sorry. I am Vietnamese and Asian, so I like to make fun of my dad. But anyhow, I forgot what I was saying.
You are our dad, basically.
Yeah, but I think for me is like I always wanted to make an impression for you guys. I felt like I need to just come in, just tell you guys what it, because like they would tell me these are all the things that's wrong. You go move to North Carolina,
go fix it. Yeah,
right. And that's what I did. I came in, started saying this is wrong, but I didn't take the time to say these are the good things that you guys are doing, and that was my bad. You know, sure. This is fucking therapy.
Basically, it feels like it might be. Yeah.
What the hell?
Wait till you get your bill for this one. We tricked you, bro.
Free T-shirt. But yeah, man. And I went there about it, and I learned a lot, man. I needed to take a step back and get an understanding and understand everyone's personality and try to work with that, and then understand what. Like I always look at myself first. Like, what can I do differently to mesh with you guys? Like, what can I do to improve myself to make sure I help everyone become successful? Because we are a team.
Well, you cannot take pictures of me when I'm falling asleep at work.
That's one move. Picture. It's my daughter's pulled up my foot. Like, who is this guy, Daddy? It's like, that's Tim Wonder Woman. Get that job. No, I'm just kidding. Remember I used to ship you stuff that said Wonder Woman?
I remember that. Was hilarious. Oh yeah, and all the packages that came into the company, it would come and say Wonder Woman on it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But yeah, man, I learned a lot from you guys too, man. So I learned to be patient and just try to like get outside the box and start listening. You know?
Yeah.
Because I'm, you know, you guys know I'm super aggressive. If I want to do something, I just do it, right? I don't plan for it too much. And you guys made me take a step back to reevaluate the situation to see how we can move forward as a team. So, and again, you guys are doing phenomenal. So I'm happy to hear that I helped you guys get to the next level. So thank you for thanking me.
Yes. Nice. All right, cool.
Can I bow? Is this a bow moment?
Nah, man.
Okay.
No, don't do that, dude.
This is audio only. We don't have the video of the bow.
We gotta get video next time, bro.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be trouble. So Tree, you're also a little famous now because you're a big poker player. You're quite the aggressive poker player, which fits into everything you just said.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm an aggressive person. Yes.
Aggressive is probably the way I describe you. So
go get her.
I remember one time we were playing poker here at my house, and I know you have different games that you got going on now, but we're playing here. And we're like, oh, you know, it's a $20 buy-in, maybe 40, right? So some relaxing blinds. Like, we're just going to play for a few hours. We're just having fun. We're going to make fun of each other, have some drinks, right? You know, the pot's like $2. Tree's like, I'm all in. And it's like, Tree, you haven't seen the flop yet, and you're going all in for $25 for a $2 pot. You're like, call me, bro. What you got? Right? Like, and some people do, which is great. But it's like, all right, I guess I'll fold. Like, I don't like my 10 jack that good, or whatever.
It's freaking hilarious because he's always like that in every game.
Game.
Like we're all just family pot. Everyone hitting the big blind. Raise.
Yeah.
Pre-flop raise.
You gotta pay it, bro. You gotta get those hands that might be sneaky and come up and like bite you in the ass.
What you do when you have nothing?
Because I gotta feed that potential. I gotta feed that perception. Right?
Yeah. So. But I seen you raise before you even look at your cards.
Yeah.
You'd be like, let's get some action in there. Let's get something working.
Because my goal with poker is to have people react to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. Right? I want to control the action. That's the reason why I do these things.
Okay.
So as long as people are reacting to me, I feel like I have control. I can control the table. I'm not a great poker player because, if we're going to talk about Terrence, which is freaking the
shout
guy.
out TJ.
Terrence, man. That guy, I mean, I love playing poker and I feel like I'm pretty good, right? But Terrence is really, really good.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to say someone's because I think poker is a lot of a mental game. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it is me being so stubborn because he's beat me like every single time I played him. So like regardless even if I know he has a hand, I just want to beat him so bad. But he's very calculated. I'm sure he's very analytical. He won't tell me this, but you can just tell he's a super tight player and he only plays hands that are good.
Now you know what he's doing? He's living rent free right up there in your head, bro. That's what he's doing.
I mean, I tell him this. I tell Pete this every time I see him. The following week, I'm like, bro, this guy just raked me. And then like I know I don't care what I have or if I beat him once out of 100 times, I need to get him one time.
Yep.
Just one time.
Have you gotten him one time?
I haven't. I mean, I've gotten him fold. I mean, like there's a hand where I've raised him out of a hand with nothing, so I've bluffed him, right?
But you never left him more money than
my goal is to take his stack.
Right.
I want to take his stack. I wiped everybody out that we played
Except
with.
you can't get Terrence.
Can't get Terrence. It's just so good. He's just so smart, man. Freaking guy. But he's good though. I mean, and the thing about this is like he's such a nice guy. Like you can't even hate him. Like
So if you're wondering who Terrence is, if anyone's listening,
Yeah.
By the time this episode airs, Terrence's episode is actually coming out on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So we had him on the show. He did talk about poker. He talked about playing poker with you. So make sure you take a listen to that and you can see the other side of that coin of him talking about playing with you.
Yeah.
And no spoiler alerts, but I'll just say that he was equally respectful of your game as you are to his right now.
He's good. He's really good, and he's smart. And because I wouldn't say I'm reckless. I'm like reckless,
aggressive, bro.
aggressive.
You're aggressive.
I'm aggressive, and I
good.
like to play every hand. Like because I'm like I probably have ADHD. Like I go to work and like I can't stop moving. Like me. Like you guys work with me. I'm always moving.
You don't even have a chair at work because
Exactly,
you just stay on your feet.
I got to stop moving. So like I can't sit there and just watch people play. Like we'll talk about Pete again. Like Pete like pretends he's on ESPN highlights or something because he sits there and spends like his full 2 minutes making a decision on something. I'm like
Flipping the chips in his hand.
I'm like
calculating.
I'm like sitting there, bro. Like you're not on TV for one. And like you're gonna fold anyway, so why are we doing this? But this full disclaimer, I love Pete, man. Pete's awesome, man. He comes to play with us all the time. He's a good player too. But Terrence, I mean, I don't really say this ever often. I think this might be the first time I said it. He's like Terrence is a really good poker player.
Okay.
Is he better than your neighbor from Boston?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely. So Boston John is almost like me. We're super aggressive. We're both aggressive. We like to control the table and make
He's really
people
good.
He's good too. Yeah. He's good too. But I love taking his stack because he knows he's good, and he lets people know he's good. So,
Yeah.
Boss, if you're hearing this podcast, I'm gonna take your money this Friday, bro. But it's respect, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like I mean, like if I didn't like the dude, I wouldn't play poker with him every Friday.
Right.
I love the dude. I love all the guys that come over and play poker. It's a great group that we have, and it's fun, dude. But again, going back to Terrence, he's a really good player, and a lot of it's me being just super stubborn. And I told Pete this exact thing. I told him if I'm ever gonna beat freaking Terrence, I need to have a shitty ass hand and catch him by surprise. Mm-hmm. And I almost did. I had a queen two, flopped 2 pairs. He had a pocket pair probably. I mean, I don't know what he had. But he bet into me. I raised him, and then I checked it again, and he bet $30. I raised him again like $100. The pot was like $250. And he fucking folded. I'm like, God damn it. This is the one.
That's the one you're gonna get.
This is the one. And then he folded. I was like, man, you're too good for me, bro. I can't do this.
I love it. I love it.
So for clarification, the Terrence episode's coming out on May 30th.
Correct.
All right. So whenever you're hearing this episode, go back and listen to the May 30th episode to hear Terrence, his response. Well, I guess he spoke first, and Tree's response to him.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Well, I can't really respond because I don't know what he said. Right? It's just us sharing each other's respect for each
Tell him
other.
how you're going to whoop his tail next time you see him.
Dude, I tell him straight up, like, I'm going to beat you one day. Like, if you beat me 10 times, he hasn't wiped me out yet. It's just like, I'll go in, like last week, I was up like 650. I was up 650, right? And he came in, I called his all in. I paid out like 250. And I was like, God damn it, dude. Like, I got on 2 for like good, like 3 hands. I gave another $200 back. I mean, I ended up winning the night, but still, it's just, for me, it's not about the money. You know, it's about me beating you mentally. Like, I don't care about the money too much.
I realize that you bet on literally everything that
I don't care. It's just
you want to win.
Yeah, this is a challenge of outmaneuvering another player. That's all it is for me, really, to be completely honest. If I get some money out of it, my wife's happy, my kids are happy, we have a yes day the next day, take them out to eat ramen, buy them some toys at Target. Like, every morning, my kids are like, Dad, did you win? Dad, did you win? I'm like, Mother, I know I didn't win. I didn't win today.
So let me tell you something that's unique about you, Tree, that I always kind of caught on, and to this day still lives, right? So when you come to North Carolina, you had a certain way of, like, not just your vibe, right? Like, we talked about that a bit, right? But the random words that you make up,
like
right? The adding the ing to the end. To this day, that still lives on.
Yeah.
The yesing and the
Do it for us one more time.
Yesing. Yeah.
every day, right? And then the come on, bro is always my favorite.
Bro.
I'm gonna need you to sing a "Come On, Bro" for me this once.
No, I can't do that, man.
Too
much pressure.
So you know that Tree is actually a really talented musician, right?
I know you play piano.
Play piano.
Yeah, and he sings.
You were in a boy band, were you not?
I was on the boy band. Unfortunately, it's so scary to admit.
Were you like the tough guy with the leathers or the dancer?
No, I didn't wear leather back then.
Did you have choreography?
Yeah, I did actually. We did. You know, we were dancing. We had a routine and everything.
Can I find it on YouTube if we look?
I don't think there was YouTube back then, bro. I'm pretty old, bro.
What was the name? What was the name of the boy band?
Reveal.
Reveal.
Yeah. We had
Tim, fact check that. Look it up.
Yeah, I mean, like, what was it, 1998? Bro, was there YouTube back then?
2 years later, I think YouTube came out.
Yeah, I mean, like, there was no YouTube, bro.
Look at
we
that.
had VHS,
Fact checking
bro.
for real over there. Nice.
I'm trying.
It's not on there, bro. You're not gonna find anything. It was so, like, we started in high school, sang at rallies, and then we sang on a televised talent show.
So with that, did you get beat up a lot?
No.
I just meant, actually, you know what? To be fair, in '98, boy bands were a thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think anyone would try to beat me up. I mean, I don't look like a wimp or anything. But then I had the more masculine voice of all the four guys that sang with us. Like, I had the deeper voice than everybody else.
Yeah.
I was in the high pitched girly voice.
I can't find it. He scrubbed the internet.
He scrubbed it. Yeah.
Any
Hey,
evidence?
possibly, man. But yeah, man. I mean, I love music. It came from my grandpa. My grandpa, he passed away like a year ago. But he's a musician. He's a poet. I learned playing piano from my uncle. He taught me the C major chords for Unchained Melody, and then from there I just start composing, and writing my own music. I mean, I can't read a note if you ask me to, but if you play a song, you want me to play it, I probably can play it by ear.
Just bust it up, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then singing, I mean, I sing okay. But I have a cousin that sings. She sings exactly like Beyonce. She's amazing. She's a little bit younger than me.
It's quite the bold comparison.
No, she's good, man. She's singing at my wedding. One of these days, I'll let you guys.
Do you want to plug her? You want to plug her right now?
Nah, I don't think she cares, bro. She has 3 kids, and she's.
Yeah, I mean, she has music published. We can get some
Nah,
people.
I mean, she does. She actually has a song that played on the radio once.
She on like Spotify or anything?
Dude, we're so old, bro. This is like 25 years ago, bro.
Okay. She's not still doing it?
No.
Okay.
She's a full-time mom, working, taking care of her kids. 2 kids in college, and a little boy.
Another sad story of someone giving up their dreams for their children.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's what it is, man. I mean,
Of those kids.
I love being a dad. I mean, that's my best.
So you got so let's talk about that. You got I know you got two kids, well two young kids living with you now, and they're cute as ever. And you got them playing music too. I've seen them playing piano.
So my daughter plays. I'm trying to get my daughter to play piano, but she doesn't. She sings though. So I have an older one that's 25. She's probably my hero. She changed my life. But she sings. My middle child, which is Olivia, she sings. When she loves to sing, I mean, she basically listens to every single song I sing.
Yeah.
So we're pretty cool. I try to get her to play piano, but she doesn't have the patience. She'd rather go outside and play and ride bikes and ride her moped
Yeah,
around.
but she got the voice to sing. Then she
Yeah,
doesn't have to play instruments.
Yeah, I'd love for her to be able to play and sing at the same time. That'd be kind of cool. My son is just a boy.
That's your retirement right there. You can
Yeah,
do
man.
that. You could be our manager.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I could be, but she just. I mean, like she sings for fun. She doesn't like performing. She's very shy. She's pretty much the opposite of me.
She's shy like on stage because
I mean, she's just shy. Pure. If you ask her to sing, she won't sing.
I gotcha. Kind of like when I just asked you to sing a "Come On,
I
Bro."
mean, it's kind of silly for me to say, "Come on, bro."
There it is. There it is. I was prepping my daughter for that too because I was telling her you were coming on, and so I did it for her, and she was cracking up. And I said, "I'll get him to do it on the air." So I appreciate it, and she appreciates it.
Thank you.
So shout out to Mackenzie.
The patented "Come On, Bro."
Mackenzie does all the she does all the artwork for the show too.
That's
so
awesome, man. That's great.
So she's involved.
I mean, like going back to your podcast. I mean, I love because like, as a father of 4 kids,
4 plus a grandkid.
yeah, grandchild. I mean, like your job as a father is to be a provider, and you're grinding all the time. So the fact that when you told me you were doing this podcast, I was super happy for you because you have something that you love and you're passionate about that you can do. That you can just kind of step away from being a dad and just kind of do you. And
It's fun.
That's important for any man. I think they need to understand. I mean, like again, we're always grinding, just trying to provide for the family. So I was super happy for you when you told me you're doing this podcast. So
Well, to be clear, this provides nothing for the family at this point.
no, it doesn't have to. It's
It keeps me out of their hair, is what it does.
Well, and it gives you something to do that you're passionate about,
And not
right?
just you, but it gives them as well. Like,
Yeah.
I think the best thing we can give to our children. I was reading a quote about this on Twitter, as a matter of fact, the other day. Is it was talking about the balance between work and life, and this father made sure he was always present for his children, for their big moments, for their accomplishments, whatever. But then he also made sure they saw him always working and working in a way that he was passionate about, working in a way like he can explain to his kids what he's doing and they can see the passion in his voice. I know my mom used to do that as well. And what you're doing is you're instilling values and principles in them that they're going to want to chase the things that they're passionate about as well. So this isn't, you may say it's not bringing in what you think it's bringing in, but it's bringing in a lot more than you realize.
Yeah, it sets an example, precedence for them. When they see you do something passionate, then it's gonna instill into them like, if I'm passionate about something, I should do it too. Because I think just human nature. Like a lot of people want to do things that they love, but they're scared to fail, right? So to have them see that you're doing something that you love. And enjoy it, and it's gonna drive them to want to do it.
You guys flipped it now. Now it's my therapy. Now we're doing therapy. Cool. All right.
We're
passing it around.
We're
man.
just doing some casual nonsense, bro. This is actually not nonsense. I think this has a lot of value for people too, right? Just in general.
But the whole idea of this is, and you kind of touched upon it, right? So you got to enjoy doing it, right? The thing with podcasting is that a lot of people will talk about it. You could do it simple. You could just record on your phone, then upload it, and you're good to go. But if you want it to be, if you really enjoy it, you'll put a little more work into it, which is what I've done. Probably to the point where, it probably drives my family crazy a little bit because it's what's always on my mind. It's my 5 to 9 job, if you will, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it rubs off on them a little bit. I think. I guess you have to ask them for the full effect of it, right? But as of right now, yeah, I still enjoy it. I get to have people like you on here and chit chat. I've had some, what I refer to as strangers on the show that I've met because of the podcast, and I've got to learn about their things and what they got going on. So it's pretty coal actually. So
yeah, it's awesome, man.
So what I like is there's just something funny that I gotta bring up too. This is a funny story more about Tim since we're all here. So and
oh boy,
this is a suggestion from the famous Pete, right? So I reached out to Pete and I said, hey man, I got these guys coming on. Anything that because he was present during all this, like he was on our team and always there.
Yeah.
So he goes, remember the time when? Let me backtrack for a minute. So we make fun of Tim because Tim is on Tim time. He's not on
today.
Like today, right?
Like today.
Like, hey, be here at this time, and it's 10, 15 minutes later. It's like, oh, cool, he made it, right?
In the African American vernacular, we call that CP time.
BPT, right?
CP time.
So there you go, CPT, right? So anyways, so that was, but that holds true in Tim's daily life, right? So there was a time when, granted, in Tim's defense, you had a young child that you had to get to school here and there or whatever, right? But let's just say your shift started at 8. It was a very rare occasion when you were there for 8. Tree would like to call you out on that and say, Tim, hey, you want to be on time someday this week or whatever? So Tim decides to negotiate with Mr. Tree.
Oh, God.
And say,
I remember this.
Listen, if I come in on time every day this week, can I have this pretty dope wireless keyboard set, as reward for coming in on time? So reluctantly Tree agreed. And you know what? And Tim showed up on time every day.
I got that keyboard.
Dude, was Pete around then?
Pete was around.
Dude, I remember that story. I was like, just imagine what was going through my brain at that moment when he was trying to negotiate with me.
I remember. No, I
I'm
know
like,
what's
saying,
going
like,
through.
dude, this mother is he fucking serious? I gotta pay him his check and get him a keyboard and mouse just for him to show up on time. Just to be clear, guys, the reason why we needed him there at 8:00 because we had phone shifts. So our phone shift starts at 8:00, and if he wasn't on time, that means my ass got to go on the phone, or
Right.
Mark's ass had to go on the phone. And like Mark's always early, which I really appreciate. But like it's like I was just trying to be fair. But then in reality, in hindsight, like having to gift him something as a reward for being on time is not being fair, right? To everybody else.
In the words of the great prophet Kanye West, you should be honored by my lateness that I would even show up to this fake shit.
Why does it not surprise me that Kanye would say something that stupid? That dude's an idiot. So the total irony of the story is that Tim used that keyboard for about 2 weeks, and he's like, "Yeah, it's not as good as the crappy wired one," and like then he never used it.
Really?
Yeah, it was really buggy, and the software was pretty crap. I think it was you bought me a Microsoft keyboard. I wanted a Logitech.
Did you? Did I?
Yeah, you got me a Microsoft
Are you
keyboard.
sure I didn't you just send me the link and I bought it for you?
You told me it had to stay under like a $25 limit, which you can buy a $25 keyboard, something like that. It was a cheap ass keyboard.
Yeah, man, it was fun though, bro. I mean,
We had great times, man.
I think so, man. I mean, like, I gotta admit, there's days that you fucking piss me off like crazy, but then there's days I fucking want to hug you because I loved you.
Yeah.
You know, so and to this day, like when I see you, like I want to hug you. All that stuff is gone, right? So
I mean, no offense to Mark, and we both were the face of IT for a long time, and I'm sure Mark is very beloved now. But I don't know, like you and I, like people talk about you and the pedestal they put you on, like you were the guy. People were gifting you with things and offering you opportunities because you were that good at what you do, and they respected you. And I was blessed to have kind of the same recognition. People,
no,
looked
you
at
did
me
for sure.
in a favorable way.
Yeah, for sure.
And Mark is doing, Mark's
Mark's a rock star, bro.
Mark, I can't speak. I'm
Mark's
not there.
Mark's a
But
rock
from what
star.
I hear, Mark is that guy now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like if we want to talk about Mark, I mean, let's rewind it again. Like when I first met Mark, he looked like a guy that you can cast in Sub Anarchy. Like, put a vest on him.
That's a great show. I'll take that. As a
I
compliment.
love that show, bro.
Man, I wish I was on that show.
I actually watched a episode of Mayans right before I came here. But anyways,
This is how we always turn into a TV show, a podcast.
but yeah, they were like Mark was tough,
Mark was stubborn.
stubborn, yes,
Yep.
and
Agreed.
like it was hard. I mean, if I'm wrong, please punch me in the face or just correct me. Don't punch me in the face,
Finally.
please. But like it was hard to
Wait
kinda-
5 years for this moment. Get
it
it.
was hard to get Mark out of his comfort zone. He was very structured, which is good. I mean, like I need structure in my life. Everybody needs structure in their life.
Yeah.
But Mark was like he's structured and he was in his box. So to get him to kind of like convince him to do something different was so hard. It was so hard.
No, it's true.
It was hard, and then that's what going back to what I'm trying to say is like to see you where you're at now makes me so happy for you, bro. I'm so happy for you. It makes me. I wouldn't say proud. I guess I'm proud. Like I always pushed you to like just feel uncomfortable. Go out there, get yourself out there, And you didn't want to. You're not the kind of guy like a Tim. You're the opposite of Tim. But you know what I'm saying? Like he's like super charming guy. Everybody loves Tim, right? But and then like you're like kind of like to yourself, give me something to do. I'm gonna fucking get it done. Period. Like I don't need the exposure. I don't need to fucking be the face. But like where you're at now, bro, I'm like it makes me happy, bro. Like
I
it makes me
appreciate it.
happy for you, and like I'm sure like you feel a lot more comfortable now than you did before. Right?
Well,
For sure.
it's a confidence thing. I think
Yeah.
as you learn things and
Yeah.
But what I do is I take the different people that I've worked with, and that includes you two as well. And you just take the different pieces of information that you gather through experiences, and that goes for any job, right? Anyone listening that works anywhere, like if you've worked more than one spot or whatever. But there was one thing I remember you said too, where
I said.
Yeah. So we
Did I say yes,
we
eh?
deal with a lot of like salespeople,
Yeah.
right? And I mean these guys. I mean you're talking about friendly salespeople, right? They're always like. So I remember there was a couple of them, and I won't mention their names, although. Yeah, he doesn't work there anymore. It's fine. But we'll just say salesperson A, fill in the blank, right? Always came over, always like everybody's best friend, because they want something. Like that's what it is, right? They're not if they don't need anything, they're not coming to you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when I was still new there, and I'm like, oh man, like this guy likes me and this guy likes me. Like I'm their guy. And you pulled me aside and said, listen, man, they're salespeople. They're not your friends. They don't like you. They want your help. They want to be able to call you, and not go through the proper methods.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, no, man, like they like me, right?
No, I'm gonna give some. Hold on. I'm gonna give some credit because I have some of the sales folks, the sales associates from classes 3 through like 6 who are still friends with me on Instagram and still check up on me.
Maybe now.
Yeah.
Okay. So
shout out to the sales associates who turned territory managers. I'm proud of all of you. Congratulations on what you're doing right now.
No, I mean, I think I wouldn't say they're using you. Maybe I gotta rephrase that a little bit, but they have a way to make you feel
well.
good
They're
about
salespeople. Like
Yeah,
that's their
exactly.
job. If they couldn't do that, they wouldn't be good at their job.
Yeah.
So
Right.
going back to what you were saying, like I was very fortunate because I came in as executive support. So like, and to be honest, I'm a people pleaser, right? I like to do a good job. I want to make people happy, and I was fortunate to be exposed to a lot of different people. And then and I just so happened did a good job. So like I was fortunate. Like where I work at now,
Blessed.
I'm very fortunate. Like the leadership, they've really taken care of me. They've been so kind to me. I mean, the job was freaking ridiculous because I swear to God, like there's so much blood, sweat, and tears at this company. Like I've been,
Well, you've been there a long time.
yeah, I've been there a long time, and I've worked like 3 days straight without sleeping. Like I've had calls from Dubai.
Oh, I remember those days.
I got calls from like Russia. Like, Tree, my shit's jacked up. Can you please fix me? I'm like, okay, it's 12 a.m. in the morning. Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, but I didn't mind it because it was. I wouldn't say like. It's funny because I always say I don't want to have that spotlight on me, but it's nice to see someone that that's worth like $100 million say thank you to me. I'm like, wow,
You rose to the occasion every time too.
I
Like
mean,
you didn't bow, and it gets back to like you were talking about with poker. You didn't back down like to the challenge of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you could have been like, well, it's not my job today. I don't clock in until 7 or whatever. But but you do it.
A lot of scary moments for sure, and I think that's what I want to instill. Going back to kids again, to my kids, like life is gonna throw you a bunch of curveballs. Just fucking take it.
Yeah.
So let me lob something at you real quick. So Tree has since moved on. We all started off in the service desk, so we've been talking about this entire time. Tree has since moved on and is now working in the information security field. And Tree, it's been a major change for you. Like you were just saying, there was a point in time where you were working 24/7 around the clock and responding to incidents and dealing with the chaos of the IT world.
Yeah.
It's been a different change of pace for you right
Yeah.
now. Can you tell me how has that affected you, your family life? How has that affected your mentality and your peace of mind? Where are you at right now?
Well, that's like a legit question right there.
Yeah.
That seems a little out of place.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I too serious?
It's not nonsense though, bro. I got to really think about this. I'll say this: like where I work now, I'm very fortunate. I mean, I've been through a lot of shit. Yeah, I've been through a lot of shit. Right.
You guys gonna make my editing a challenge on this one. That's gonna be great.
The manager I have now, I'm very fortunate to have him because he basically says, "These are your responsibilities. As long as you achieve them, I'm gonna leave you alone. And if you need me, call me." And I'm like, okay, I'm never going to need you because I'm always going to make it happen. So I have that flexibility. So to answer your question, it's been great, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, because I have not just that. It's not just the move, but the move from, we can get like super deep in this conversation, but just to move to North Carolina has been great for my family, just
Good.
in general.
Yeah.
Like we've,
Well, happy wife, right?
yeah, like we have stuff now. The kids, how do I say this? I'm able to provide everything to my kids that I never imagined I could. That I never had.
feeling. That's a
You
good
know what I'm
feeling.
saying? So like, for me personally, time is the most valuable thing in this world. I can make a fucking $1 million and work 24 hours a day, but that doesn't mean nothing to me because I don't have time. Time with my kids, like I said earlier, being a father is the most important thing in my life. I love it. I love being a father. So this job now gives me the ability to spend that time with them. I'm at a point where my kids like leave me when they get home from school. They don't want to spend time with me no more. They want to go play with their friends. I'm like, fuck, I got some time for you. Give me your time now. I gotta pay you to get some of your time. But yeah, man, like I'm very fortunate to be.
Maybe they are interested in like a wireless keyboard and mouse set.
You know, yeah, I'm just fortunate. So like to answer your question again, like I'm happy. My wife's happy. My kids are happy. They have everything I never had. So I'm very fortunate, man. Life is
you
good
got your
right
wife
now.
a Tesla, right? How's that working out? She's still liking that, or is it
Don't
breaking
you,
down?
don't you both have Teslas?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you go. I didn't know you had one too. I guess I didn't look outside.
Holy.
Okay.
Nah, there's not even. It's like because like
Do you use the autopilot, like you let it self-drive itself?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Like I'm lazy as hell, bro. You know, I just fucking let the car drive it. But like, so I'm I'm not the best husband. I'm not good at surprise. You know, my wife loves surprises. I'm like stubborn. I don't like to give surprises. I don't like surprises. You know, I'm very black and white, simple guy. But like, you know, I surprised her on her 40th birthday. She's not 40. She's 20, by the way. 25. But I
Shout
got
out
her.
to Carla.
But I got her a Tesla, her dream car, next.
Awesome.
And it took a lot to achieve this, you know. And
Wait,
again,
her dream car, they've been around for like 5 years, right?
yeah, I guess so. But she always wanted, like, her brother loves the X too. Her and her brother, like, they're really tight. They love the X, and I was able to get their X and to her the X, and I put a ribbon on it. So I took the kids out. I parked the car at my buddy's house in the neighborhood, and then the day of her birthday, me and the kids drove over with a car with a ribbon on it.
Oh, nice.
And had her come out, and then she cried. I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's
She
some
cried.
basketball player shit.
I was like, she cried, bro. I was like, fuck.
Wow.
I was like, dude,
You got
like,
it on camera?
Yeah, I actually do have it on camera. Like, I was like, when I proposed to her, she didn't cry, bro. But like, when I got,
You get her the Tesla though. That's
when
a whole,
I got her
you upped your game,
I had
man.
the wings open, and she like says, she's like, what? You joking, bro? No way. I was like, yeah, it's yours. She's like crying. I was like, what the hell? Are you crying when I get you a Tesla? But when I propose to you, you don't cry. What the hell, man?
That's awesome.
Nah, I mean, my wife's awesome, man. She's the boss. You know, I got to make sure she's happy, man.
All right, so in your so you besides work, I mean, I know we capture a lot about work stuff because that's really where our stories come from,
Yeah.
and that's what we know the most about each other, right? You know, obviously play poker. I know you're a big golfer as well. I'm not really a golfer. How's your golf game though? You good?
Nah, I'm all right. I mean, there's
You talk more game than you actually are.
I'm a 9 handicap, and like I got a buddy that I'm a partner with. He's a +2. That means basically if a par is 72, he shoots 200. So he's that good. I don't know if you know what's the guy's name. What's his name?
Real close friends.
Huh? Yeah, no, my friend. Yeah, I know his name. I'm not gonna say his name on the podcast, but he's really good. I'm average, you know.
Okay.
Does he
I'm
play
like
poker? Have I met him?
Yeah, he's the one that we go to the house to play poker.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
nice.
he's
Okay.
amazing
You
poker.
can say B.
Yeah, B. So he's an amazing golfer, and he's good at everything, bro. Like challenge him to anything, swimming, like darts,
He'll get you.
pools, ping pong. Dude, this guy's white, bro.
He's just as competitive as Tree.
I mean, the thing is, I'm competitive, like I'm more loud about it, but he's pretty humble about it. But he'll smash you in anything you can think of. Basketball,
Silent
golf.
He's interestingly good at everything.
Everything.
Like
Okay.
literally everything.
Like he might be good at knitting. Like I don't know. He's good at everything. He's a chiropractor, bro, and
awesome.
And he's a great golfer, and he's a great.
I was
a great
planning
guy.
about asking about that
Yeah, man.
relationship. So, he's your neighbor, and you've grown to be brothers at this
Yeah,
point. I'd
for
say,
sure. Yeah.
and you've even not going to go into detail, but you've even started to venture into other things outside of your 9-to-5 job. And so, as a segue, like, where do you see you? Like, what is Tree? You're in your 40s now, right?
God damn it.
What? All right, you can edit it out. Edit it out. You're getting older in age,
Yeah, man.
and as you grow older, you're thinking beyond the grind that you've always been accustomed to having. You've been in this corporate world now for however many years, and you've been crushing it, but you're looking for a different type of life. And you and your brother now have started to venture into other things now.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to tell us where do you see yourself in the next few years?
You got a side hustle?
Yeah.
I mean, I think, dude, the Tim question seems like it's so legit. It's like I'm being interviewed.
Man, I'm on my second
I'm like
bourbon.
Fox News. Or
I'm
something.
uncomfortable listening to it.
I'm on my second bourbon now, so I'm good,
serious,
bro. I'm good.
Yeah, so I mean, like before IT. Oh, let me rephrase.
We didn't pre-screen this question, so I can't take any
This
credit
is
for
a
it.
super serious question. There's a lot of questions in that one question, just multiple questions. For me personally, so me and B, we own a company called B&T Opportunities. So the goal with this business is to provide people opportunities to invest in real estate. So our role in this whole transaction is to find homes off market to purchase, and then in turn provide to a cash buyer or a flipper, whatever it may be, okay. Anyone, right? So, I mean, it's something that we just started, but like to answer your question, where do I see myself in 5 years? My goal here, like to be completely honest, like I'm trying to build a financial foundation where my kids and my wife don't have to worry about money in 10 years, right?
So the 10-year plan, I like it.
Yeah, it's 10-year plan. I mean, like I'm trying to think forward because I figured like I'm what 45. Fuck, 40. How old am I, dude? 40, 44, 78. I'm 44. I figure I had 10 more years of where I'm in my prime where I can just maximize my income.
Yeah.
So again, my primary job is my primary job. This is something that I'm looking to. And like I'm doing, real estate investing. I'm doing solar selling with my buddy also too. So I'm just trying to find different ways to make income.
Diversify your investments.
Huh?
Diversify your investments.
Yeah, exactly. You want to have multiple streams of income, right? I mean, again, going back to your previous question about like how my life is with my current job. I mean, I have that flexibility. My boss gives me that flexibility to venture into and just trying to educate myself. What's available to me? Just like kind of like this podcast, right?
Yeah.
You never know. This might blow up. Be like, Tree is fucking awesome. Let's listen to Tree every single time he comes on his podcast. But and then you make a shitload of money, and I need to make some money. But I guess what I'm saying is like, I'm always trying to do better, right? I'm trying to find a different way to make more money because as I mentioned earlier, time is money. Time is the most valuable thing in this world. If you have enough money, it creates time for you where you can spend with the people that you love.
Okay.
Right? Does it make sense?
So so you got to build that passive income.
Exactly.
So
That's the goal.
Okay.
Get some rental. Like ideally, I would love to retire in 10 years.
What you're doing right now is you're investing in yourself.
Yeah.
You're tired.
Pretty much.
You've been investing in, your skills as a poker player or your skills as a golf player. You've been investing in the company that you chose to work for. But now you're saying, I'm going to invest in myself.
Yeah, man.
And I'm going to become that brand. Like when you look at Tree, it's synonymous with, being able to create opportunities in real estate or being able to create opportunities with solar. Like you yourself are now turning yourself from an employee into a brand. Yeah,
I think the thing is the beautiful thing about real estate investment and about our company is like you can make money helping people make money. If you can help people make money and make money at the same time, that's a beautiful thing.
So I can invest in your B&T opportunities.
You absolutely can. Actually,
Is there a minimum amount? What's the recommended amount if you
like
ideally
like
say it, you don't have to, but.
Ideally like $50,000.
Oh, like high value numbers.
Yeah,
I don't have 50 grand to give you.
Chump change.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get into too much detail on this call because I gotta fucking take my notes and.
Well, I'll put the website on the show notes after this,
man.
so that people can check it out and see.
Yeah.
What I'll also want to grab from you too is the the solar stuff. I mean, solar is huge right now. I've had 2 or 3 people give me quotes on solar. Yeah. We haven't pulled the trigger yet on any of them.
I can set you up, bro.
Well, the problem I have right now is no one in my house knows how to turn off a light switch.
Yeah, I have the same problem too.
Yeah,
my electric bill is like $16 a month since I got solar.
Mine's like $16 an hour. Right, it's ridiculous. My electric bill. So until people can start unplugging and turning off lights, I'm still paying an electric bill, and then I'm paying for the solar panels to be installed. So I have some happy medium ground to reach. So, but we could talk about that offline also. So I'll get that information from you. And if anyone needs any, solar, like at least you get your free consultations. I imagine.
Absolutely. Everything is free. Just give us a call, and I'll provide that information to you.
Perfect.
After.
Perfect.
But I'm again going back to my move to North Carolina. I'm very fortunate. Like I moved to a neighborhood where I built like a foundation of friends where their mindset is just to get better. Yeah. Like you want to be around people that are winners, and that kind of strives you. It keeps you reminding you, like, And
you're saying you got lucky. The neighborhood you moved into, everyone kind of shares that same mindset.
Exactly.
Hold on, let me paint the picture for you real quick.
I've been
Tree moved out to bumfuck North Carolina, where there was no development, there were no real businesses, and he invested in this neighborhood that was growing. and his home is nice. I love your home, by the way. But his neighborhood is even nicer, and he lucked into some of the best neighbors that he possibly could have ever gotten.
Oh, for sure.
I'm friends with a few of them. I know a few of them
Yeah.
from outside of our circle. I know a few of his neighbors, and he really has some of the best neighbors in the world, and they're all growth minded, and they're all family minded as well.
Yeah.
And so I think that's played a huge role into where you're at right now. I'm grateful that you invited me to come play poker with
man.
you guys a few times.
That's what I do. I'm a gatherer.
Yeah.
I bring people together.
Yeah,
That's what
Well,
I
I
do.
think you moving here to North Carolina, I think has affected. I don't want to say I say a lot of lives, but I can name at least 4 or 5.
Yeah.
You know, 2 of us in this room as well. So
Yeah.
so I'm appreciative of that.
yeah.
I'm just trying to make a difference, man. I want to help
Yeah.
the people around me. Like if I can help you in any way possible, that's what I want to do.
Little philanthropy in you. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, listen, we've been chatting for a while. This just goes by pretty quick. But so Tim, any last thoughts? Any shout outs that you want to toss while we can?
I want to shout out the only person who's missing from, well, 2 people are missing from this crew. We're missing Pete. We've talked about Pete a lot, but I also want to shout out Chad, who's not here with us. You know, I'm grateful for the brotherhood that I've made with you guys, and even though we all don't work together in the same capacity anymore, I'm still honored by your friendship. I'm honored by the lessons I've learned from you all, and I'm grateful for what's next. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all succeed. I love you guys.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I gotta echo everything. I'm not gonna be as articulate as him, but like
A few people are.
yeah. But again, like the fact that we still have a relationship outside of our job is a beautiful thing. Like that's what I do in life is just to make sure I have a bond with everybody I interact with. If I can bring value to you guys, like that's great for me. That's all I want to do, bro.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
voice is getting super raspy because I'm drinking.
This bourbon's been getting to me right today.
I don't know if we got picked up,
Get
but
hell emotion, no?
I can't think of a better way to spend my Hogan half day.
those
Yeah, man.
those glasses have been filled a couple times. I've seen you
man.
guys the bottomless bourbon glass.
Has that Bud Light going?
If we're ending this, are we ending this call? I mean, this not this call, but this podcast.
Well, I'm giving you. Yeah, you got any final thoughts?
yeah, I mean, like, thank you for having me. I mean, I was super nervous about this, you know, like, but I'm super happy that I'm able to contribute to your podcast, and I look forward to your future, man.
Well, you can repay the favor by sharing it with everybody.
Oh yeah,
you
for
know.
sure, man. Like, you know,
You can repay the favor by not making this the last time we see you on here.
yeah, man. I got a
There's
lot
so
of
much
stuff
more
to
about
talk
Tree we want to learn about. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No, it's been awesome having you on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Tim. I appreciate you coming and tossing the assist. I know this was one that you said don't you dare bring Tree on there if I'm not involved. So
Yeah.
we were able to make it work where I got you both available. I know everyone's got busy schedules with
man.
Kids or whatever. So
Hey, Mark, I appreciate you for keeping inviting me out here, man. This is a great podcast. This is the #1 podcast on whatever platform you're listening to. And so I appreciate being a part of this Casual Nonsense family. And I am excited to see us continue to grow and to expand and do great things.
right on, man. Thank you. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for checking in, and check out the show notes at the bottom or wherever you listen to, and you can check out all the information on Tree. You can follow him or Tim or myself. And all right, stay casual.